They don't want pressure. Name it on the West Fresher. BK with my fresher. See the texture. Money on head, bitch. Time worth some. Seminary gon' some. And your baby mama gon' some. 26 on a bench truck with a bad from Dykeman. She Dominican, but she light skin. Might beat that indictment. This is celebrate. Got 1,000 ones and 1,000. Them seminary boys get money. Where you from? Just 1,000 bucks. My Philly got a. She only on the weekend. She mad as at me right now because I was her best friend DM, Miss Phil.
Got your baby. I put the soul in it. Sailor on board my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. And you know I got that roll on me. I put the soul in it. Sailor on board my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. I wanna keep my eyes on it. Wanna cry on it. Can I vibe?
We welcome you to Miami, Florida. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this might be the greatest club in the NBA.
Ooh, Ed, I'm ready. I'm really relaxed, but I get worried. The letters MIA is actually a distress signal. I've seen it personally. A lot of players go missing in action in South Beach.
Well, come on inside the AAA American Airlines Arena and the start of this one here tonight. Miami controls the tip. Dragic to Waiters. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Nice pass to get things going.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
And score, strong take.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
It's the Heat with the possession. Josh Richardson, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
That's a big foul, man.
And the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Dragic with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Missed a wide open look. He'd have the basketball. Dragic picked up by Paul. To Harden. Paul. It's rebounded by Whiteside. Oh, a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Josh Richardson.
Look out of here.
Scooped up. Going the other way.
Rich.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Richardson for three. Not that time. He missed it. Capella. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Houston with the basketball. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
And Josh Richardson knocks down a wide-open look.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Almost, and he's not getting the call.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Dragic, guarded by CP3. Warren here against PJ Tucker. Deep two there, won't go.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
No good. That's great defense. Jones picked up by Paul. Five to shoot for Miami.
That was weird.
It's good. That's the guy you want to leave open. Desperation shot here from half court. 1 quarter down. The Rockets with the lead. Second quarter set to start 9.
Hey, it's our game. Let's take it home.
Substitutions, Houston. Substitutions.
Tyus Jones against Chris Paul. To Richardson. Down to Warren. He got a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Cruises inside for 2.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
He gets it.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw good. A 3-point play as they move in front here just before the break. It's the Heat with the possession. Great dish to set it up. Shot from the lane won't go. Cash is in for 2.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Jones with it. His guys can hold for the final shot. Here comes the screen. We reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Rockets will start the second half with a narrow lead, and while they may not be satisfied by the score, I know I'm satisfied by how competitive it's been. Great game so far. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The Heat are keeping things competitive after 2 quarters. And when the losing team is shooting this well from the field, you know you're in for a special night. These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Points in the paint.
That half of basketball was all about the battle in the paint on both ends of the floor. Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
That one.
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
Substitutions. Miami.
Dragic matched up with Paul. To Waiters.
Hey, double screen.
And the Rockets have the rebound. Paul into the front court. Leads 5. 4-3. Smothering D. Waiters. Clint Capella. Blocked away.
That was in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Dragic down to Warren.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Dragic to Waiters. To Dragic. Trying to cash in. Doesn't get the bounce. Paul across the timeline. Lead stands at 7. Fires the three. Message received. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Capella. Here's a chance from long range. Now that's a contest. Dragic with it. The margin standing now at 7. Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. Waiters guarded by CP3. And now Houston has the basketball. Ooh, Chris Paul. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Goran Dragic. 3 for 6 now.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Has a chance. Off
Yo,
the mark. He
I almost
loves
had
the tough shots, but that one may be too tough.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
T.J. Warren. He's got 2 shots coming. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First one, count it. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Paul with it up top. Up by 6. And counted at the rim.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Off the mark on the first free throw. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. From long range. That's good D. Shot no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Okay.
The jumper's off the mark.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Dragic to Waiters.
Hey, watch the screen left. Hey, kick me the ball.
Has a look. The shot almost.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
You've got to get that one to go.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Dragic into the front court. His guys down by 9. Short jumper won't fall. And the finish. Slam dunk. Dragic against Clint Capella. 3 quarters down. The Rockets way out in front. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final.
Hey, the Suns game. Let's take it home. Let's go.
Entering the game for the Miami Heat, number 13.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Count it. Here's lesson number one. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Houston Rockets are in the penalty.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Oops, he missed the first one. No good. Missed them both. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Rockets have the steal.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Whiteside clears the board. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
T.J. Warren at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Off the assist.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Miami's got it. Count the basket inside.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Fires the 3. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Who the fuck did that?
Dragic with the basketball. The deficit now up to 12. Waiters. Capella's on him. Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway. 4-2.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Now Paul with the basketball. Lead stands at 10. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Dragic with it. Down 12. And finishes strong.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch. But great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Trying to cash in. Wide open look won't go. That misses with a second to go. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew.
The Rockets. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
Got what you want, what you need, you know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. I live a wild life, don't judge me. In the lobby, walk in the room, then leave with the that hit my 40 money. I ain't the same guy when I was 14. I was trying out for the ball team. High school crush was ignoring me. Oh yeah, now she me. Now I'm on the road. Shorties at my shows. Saying I'm about to. I'ma talk cause I ain't finished yet. True be told, yeah, I been a man. Still gon' love me when the fan. Are you? Oh really now? Aight man, let's get it done. I got what you want, what you need, you know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. You know I gotta give them what they ask for. Like Tupac spitting out of tabloids. I'm Will Smith hanging with the bad boys. Get it where I'm from, they never had much. Waters and crackers when they had lunch. Everyone quick to do it. No, giving like 5. Still got a heart of gold, so don't let me go, cause I'm here for you. Oh, Akon flow like it's 06. So my whole fam, please don't trip. Thug modes at it again. I'm a dog, but I'm no. I got what you want, what you need, you know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. I got what you want, what you need, you know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me.
Go ahead and keep the lights on. I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white scar. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white scar. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. First off, bow down, cause this feel like midnight club at D-Town. What's up? Double additional keys in the ignition. My hat tipping, Dontrell Willis with the feet kicking. Knees cranking, you see what P cranking. I mean, listen, y'all be tripping. See, we lately been seeing y'all be grading. I mean, face it, y'all cheap fragrance. They know me, the phonies. They copy, they jogging, but Groxy, he just boy finna engine title reign, Arturo Gotti. We in this thing with the whole posse and it's fit. Just asking to just rob me and these kicks just asking to start rocking, but you ain't gotta ask. Just watch me. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white scar. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight, son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I see you sweat, keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white scar. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight, son.
I don't need no glass. This is all me, so please don't ask. Ballin' on a budget, gotta make this last. Nick driving reckless, hoping we don't crash. Pull up mad deep with all my little bro just dropped your rent on denim. In the back with my feet up kicking. Belly out with my shirt that's linen. I'm just trying to vibe, yeah, we out here gigging. 2-7 just out here killing, getting hot in here. Just done kicked in, I need to slow down for your boy gets kicked out. Still feeling myself, just socializing, but you better not ask me to start freestyling. Honestly, I don't like the nightlife, fool. Since I'm here, I guess I'll enjoy the lights like you.
Keep the lights on. I see you sweat, keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white scar. Go ahead and clap your hands like you're trying to fight, son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I see you sweat, keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white scar. I just wanna see you sweat,
Ha ha! I beg man, shut up. Let me see you, darling.
Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. I know that it's difficult. I'm stacking this paper, it's sort of habitual. I put a residual and
Good evening from downtown Houston. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard Jay Williams. And Jay, here in Rockets land, you think of Calvin Murphy, Moses Malone, and of course the dream, Hakeem Olajuwon. But a new chapter being written right now here in Texas.
Oh yeah, you think about Clutch City, Hustle Town USA, but put all that aside. This team for the last several years has been on the edge of success. Let's see if they can take the next step.
And when you think of the Rockets, you think fun. This one could be as well tonight. The T-Wolves control the tap. Rose on the drive, but it won't go down. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Wiggins. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Count the basket inside.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Not that time. And a nice finish at the rim.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Timberwolves have the basketball. To Stevenson. Screen coming. Stevenson. To Towns. From long range. Not done yet. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there, but see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Driving right to the basket. In a flash, scores at the rim.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Rose into the front court. Down 4. To Wiggins. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
T-Wolves with the basketball. Derrick Rose, picked up by Paul. To Stevenson. Deep left corner. Stuffs it down with authority.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
The feed stolen away. And a chance coming up at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Nope, the first one does not go. He missed a pair of free throws. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Yes, Andrew Wiggins. 3 for 4. Good start.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
T to Wiggins. T. Not getting the bounce. Paul across the timeline. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Drove the lane and finished strong at the hoop on that one. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
T to Towns. Wiggins. Slam down. Karl Anthony Towns on the follow.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Has a chance. Working hard on the glass. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
No. See, this is where I lose my mind. If you have that height, you got to throw that one down with authority. Send a message.
Trying to cash in. And Minnesota claims the rebound. Not going to have it this time. With the step back. So the Rockets with the lead after one at Toyota Center. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Second quarter set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, Not bad. Right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Short jumper won't go down.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Wiggins to T. Wiggins goes to the left side. The Wolves down to 4 in the shot clock. T. Can't get the bounce. In the slam. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
To Towns. Nice pass to get things going.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Buries the wide open 3. That's too easy.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Knocked loose. That's going to be out of bounds. To Towns.
1 minute left in the second quarter.
You've got to get that one to go. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Shot won't go. To Towns. Finish that. Karl Anthony Towns. 2 of 4 now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Has a look. Can't connect.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. Good. A 3 at the buzzer. Everything going right so far as they've extended the lead. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Let's get right into the action here. The Rockets certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets. The Timberwolves have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. These are the guys getting buckets for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. Field goals.
The Minnesota Timberwolves didn't make the best use of their shots in the first half. If they want to be competitive in this game, they need to find better looks. Most of their bricks were laid in the opening quarter.
player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Substitutions, Houston. Substitutions, Minnesota.
Now Paul with the basketball. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Teague with it up top. Down a bundle. The rebound belongs to Houston. The drive right to the basket. And scores. Strong take.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Teague. Down low for Jeng. Clint Capella with the block. Rockets in control of the basketball. Paul defended by Jeff Teague. Count it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Teague with the basketball. His guys down big. To Kevin Huerter. It was right there. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Now whistle as Minnesota's going to take the timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go. For 3. Tough shot. He hits.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Teague with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Covington to Teague. Clint Capella able to recover with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
And now Houston has the basketball. Beyond the arc for 3. Drains it.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Teague with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Trying to cash in. And the rebound brought down by Jeng. To Teague. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Paul with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Textbook defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Teague picked up by Paul. To Covington. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Lets it fly from long range. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. That's going to be out of bounds. Oh, Denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Covington. Going to launch beyond the arc. That no good, off the mark. Gordon with it. His guys holding the big lead. Here's a chance from long range, and the Timberwolves have the rebound. Teague with it up top. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. Here comes the screen. Down low for Jay. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you.
And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
T matched up with Paul. Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket to Covington. Baseline drive. Clint Capella tips it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
I'm wet like water, nigga.
Here we go.
Nice pass to set things up.
Oh, good shot, boy.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Rockets way out in front. The Wolves with the basketballs. We start the fourth quarter, and they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
And the rebound taken by Wiggins. The Timberwolves have the basketball. Probing the defense. T matched up with Harden. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Has a look. Add 2 points to the board.
There's something that is so impressive about what we saw this evening. Not just his shot-making ability, but the fact that not every shot came from the pocket. There were some bad passes being made, and the shots came from different places around the body, which aren't usual for the typical shot. That shot-making ability, that's something special to watch.
4-3. No good. That's great defense. Can't miss those. Big finish at the rim.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
I like that.
That one's going to be out of bounds. T. Harden's on him.
Watch that cutter.
Layup goes down. Well done.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Fires the 3. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Minnesota with the basketball. Wiggins, guarded by Clint Capella. To Teague. Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins. No one in the Canadians' postal code with the basket.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Teague. To Wiggins. The shot almost.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Wiggins. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. From long range, that misses with 3 seconds left. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The Rockets could not have been more dominant in this game. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they scored their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets. The Timberwolves are no longer suffering through what was a big-time blowout. Losses like this become main discussion topics in the media. So hopefully this team is ready to answer the tough questions. It's not going to be fun. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. Blocks.
The Houston Rockets did an incredible job defensively in this game, particularly with their shot blocking. They were able to consistently apply pressure, not just with the hand in the face, but with the hand on the ball.
Player of the game.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in this game. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
Ain't got nothing, man. Ain't got nothing on no nothing. No, straight like that, though.
Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Nothing gets to me too close. Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Be doing the most. Ducking. In my guys design your post. Look in your eyes and I see, hold on, be surprised when you see. Nothing for no nothing. Nothing gets to me too close. Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Be doing the most. I was ducking. Me and my guys design your post. Look in your eyes and I see, hold on, be surprised when you see. Coming through. Tell you wanna. You can't be the cops. I can't play myself out like that. Keep getting that counting mine, won't be trying to get no on my note. I would down that on my look, my dog like farmers go. Ain't been sweet, but neither is me, so my B300 or more. I keep close bonds, but I don't boast. I know what it's like to not have that ain't gonna try me without saying I win it. Gonna disrespect it, try my straight up fight that 6 ain't with what I'm with you getting this mix. I give a fatal Jada kiss. Coming through. Tell you wanna
welcome you to downtown Houston. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, you think of the Dream, Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Yao Ming. Yes, things are bigger in Texas.
And I tell you, Ed, the energy in this building is scintillating. The Red Rowdies are out, and they're about to make a difference.
And they're ready for liftoff right now from Toyota Center. The opening tip goes the way of the Rockets. They'll have it first as we're underway in Houston. Robin Lopez tips it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Wall guarded by CP3. And he finishes at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Here's lesson number one. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Knocks down the first. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Houston takes over. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Wall picked up by Paul. Beal to Porter. It's Wall. Gets a shot up off the mark. Paul defended by Wall. To Capella. Layup goes down. Well done.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Wall across the timeline. They're down 3. Porter, his first effort, off the mark. Otto Porter sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Curling inside. Nice finish at the rim.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Porter to Wall. Rises for the slam.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
It's no good. Great defense. Wall into the front court. Down 3. Turnover gives them the possession. Paul with it up top. He'll run the offense. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
To Young. Wall. And the Rockets clear the board. To Paul. Fakes. Drives to the rim and scores.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Otto Porter missed his first. That one goes. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And Otto Porter, so smooth. Catch and shoot, buries the 3.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Count the basket at the rim.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
They love this hustle. That one out of bounds off a Rocket. Wall to Lopez. Won't go. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Nothing going here on that drive. And he'll go to the foul line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Al-Farouq Aminu has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 72%. Off the mark on the first free throw. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. It's Rockets ball. Takes it coast to coast, and the strong finish at the rim.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
Into the front court comes Wall. Down 6. Has a look. Aminu with a shot that's off. Has a chance. And it's Aminu with the rebound. So the Rockets with the lead after 1 at Toyota Center. Jay and I return to Houston after this. It's the NBA, and it's on EA Sports. One quarter down. Neither other side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Here comes the screen. Beal. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Rockets have the ball. Here comes the screen. Gordon matched up with Beal. Lets it fly from long range. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been.
Substitutions.
Harden with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
Same old tricks, same bag. Ain't nothing new there.
Porter. To Young. Goes to the left side. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. And a put-back slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Wizards have it. To Porter. And that's rebounded by Houston. Gordon with it. It's an 11-point game. Count the basket inside.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Now the Wizards going to take the timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
If you would like to participate in an upcoming event, you can register at our team website for more details.
To Porter. And the finish. Slam dunk.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
From long range. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Hits at the line. To Young.
2 minutes left.
The Wizards with 4 to shoot. Got it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Harden into the front court. His team on top by 8. Not that time. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
First try at the line, no good. Good bounce back, hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Cashes in for two.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Tough make through traffic.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Rebound owned by Washington. To Porter. Clint Capella swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Young. Short jumper stays out. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
The free throw good. Cashes in on the three-point play. The lead now stands at 10. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down. The follow won't go either. Rebound taken by the Wizards. Knocked loose. Rockets have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Washington basketball. Porter, defended by Eric Gordon. Big finish at the rim. Long heave from three-quarters court. First half in the books. It's been all Rockets.
The Rockets certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaky. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets. The Wizards have yet to appear after one half of basketball. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Washington Wizards.
First half stats. Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win. And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Wizards at the controls. To Young. Wall gets it in the right corner. To Wall. To Beal. Has a look. Deep two there, won't go. Harden in possession. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. To Paul. Fires the three. Smothering D.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Porter To Young. Sacrificing everything for the loose ball. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Thaddeus Young. Harden sizing up field. To Paul. To Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Harden pulled in by Porter. Thaddeus Young defended by Tolliver. To Wall. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
John Wall, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Can't connect on the first free throw. Second one goes. It's a 1-of-2 trip. And that's going to... Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Porter. Has a chance. Otto Porter with that shot. He's 5 for 8.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Here's a chance from long range. Buries it.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Wizards with the basketball. Denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Paul into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. And he scores. Jay, he may have taken a big step that time, but they'll count the bucket.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Curling inside, and count the basket inside.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
They work it down to Aminu. Nice pass to get things going.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Porter. Driving right to the basket. Clint Capella with the block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Clint Capella sends it away. 4th this contest.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
They work it down to Aminu. He gets it.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25+ assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally react?
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Ed, this is like show and tell back in kindergarten. You show the ball, and then you tell him with the easy lay.
Going back to the pre-K days, Jay.
Boy, I'm wet like water.
And a three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside
I'm wet like water.
Goes down.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
They work it down to Aminu. Jumper's good.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. To Porter. He connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
There's only so many times you can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
I'm here.
That's usually one that he'll knock down.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Moutier. Not that time. Beyond the arc for three. Good.
Yo,
for three.
Let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some.
Watch.
Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
I'm wet like fucking water.
Tough looking shot there. Still gets it to go down. Deep three at the buzzer. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
And it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets got themselves a win here today. And of course I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the three ball, and it was instrumental to their success. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets. The Wizards couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you can tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Washington Wizards.
Game track. Three-point shooting. Player of the game.
When you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in. Of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Houston Rockets. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was selling in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, then the power and the come next. Last time that I checked, I was self-made from the dribble. I was been saying I'm a killer. Nah, playing no games with you. Pop clutch, switch lanes on you. Look, I laid down the game for you. Taught you how to charge more than what they paid for you. Own the whole thing for you. Reinvest, double up, then explain for you. Gotta be love. Run the city, it gotta be cuz. It's for the pieces I took off the monopoly board. Yeah, y'all false claims, it gotta be fraud. Just keep the hood about your mouth and you gotta be charged. I doubled up, tripled up, what? Banged on the whole game, I ain't give a nobody tripping, handle business, got my digits up. And when I drop, you know I'm about to last time that I checked. It was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was selling in the sack. Make a $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked. I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked. First you get the money, then respect, then the power and the come next. Last time that I checked. Fly, no cosign. I ain't need radio to do mine. I done fine and I take my time and take my tribe. Every level that I crossed in this game, like state lines, it was visionary. Either I'm genius or it's scary. Maybe it's both in this balance I deliver daily. For every in these streets trying to feed the babies. Single mamas working hard not to miss a payment. And dirty money get washed on royalty statements. Black owners in this game are powerful racists. Young, then the set that's doing it makeshift. Out the garage, how you end up in Georgia, how you end up in base. Cause the mission was last time that I checked. It was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rap last time that I checked. I was selling in the sack. Make a $250,000, no sweat last time that I checked. I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress last time that I checked. First you get the money, then respect, then the power and the come next. Last time that I checked.
I got the front and the back. We on the way and that's a fact. This real, this ain't rap. Where everybody wanna act pro-black. The last line you heard is say that, this, that, I did it. Made it out the gutter. Nip told you the middleman. I told you wearing they clothes, I wear my own. Y'all can own y'all label, I own my own. Hey, yeah, I remember all that game you throw me. Round and kid played by the label owners. Talk that to these Adrian Broner. But secure the window, don't let the game poach. Cause when it's game over, it's when the game over. And all they do is play the game till it's game over. And you be giving game like a big brother mission. Never let them take it from us.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rap last time that I checked. I was selling in the sack. Make a $250,000, no sweat last time that I checked. I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress last time that I checked. First you get the money, then respect, then the power and come next. Last time that I checked.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Vivint Smart Home Arena in downtown Salt Lake City. Tonight, it'll be the Utah Jazz taking on the Houston Rockets. The opening tip won by the Jazz as we get started in Salt Lake City. Favors to Rubio. And the rebound taken in by the Rockets. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw up and good. A 3-point play right at the start, and it's 3-0. Mitchell with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Wide open look, won't go.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref's bit, and that's the game.
Free throw good as he completes the 3-point play. The lead is up to 6. Rubio picked up by Paul. Nice pass to get things going.
The assist from number 3, Ricky Rubio.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Favors. Mitchell defended by Tolliver. A pass taken away by the Rockets.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
It's a big finish. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Favors. Trying to cash in, knocks it down from mid-range.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Utah's got it. Rubio. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
And strokes it.
This comes down to great execution both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Let's see if they can carry this into the second quarter.
Mitchell with it up top, trailing by 10. How you've practiced leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
4-3. Tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack it to the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
And score. Strong take.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Has a chance. That's what you come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
I'm wet like water, man.
Here's Rubio up top. Margins 8. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Has a look. The jumper's off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
And the nice finish at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Jazz will take a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's Jazz ball. Down low Crowder. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Here's a chance from long range. Oh,
yeah,
he hits the three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
I'm wet like water. You can't hold me for real, cuz.
Mitchell with the basketball. They can get a 2-for-1 if they play this right. Gets to the basket and scores.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ball.
From long range, he engulfed him that time. Here's Rubio into the front court. 9-point margin. Nothing going here on that drive. Add 2 points to the board.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
15-footer at the buzzer. There to grab it is Rubio. That ends the first quarter with the Rockets in front. Head coach Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's James Harden once again. To Paul. Capella. That's no good. The follow won't go either.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Harden to Paul. Gets a look, can't hit. Rubio into the front court. Right now, down 7. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. The rebound belongs to Houston. Cruises inside for 2. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Rubio guarded by Clint Capella. Mitchell. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Rubio. Baseline drive, the shot won't fall.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jarring is only going to escalate.
That's out. Hart with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead.
Yo,
buries it on the catch and shoot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Like water. Fucking mean.
Utah ball. To Gobert. Trying to cash in, gets an open look and hits. Defense played the percentages. The offense cashes in.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
To Joe Ingles.
Big pick right there.
Beyond the arc for 3. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Dante Exum matched up with Harden. To Gobert. Turns and slams it down.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
That's good D. Shot no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Count the bucket for two. Long Key from three-quarters court. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Rockets have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The Jazz may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Utah Jazz.
Game track. Field goals.
The Utah Jazz just couldn't get any of their shots to go in those first two quarters. They desperately need someone to step up and catch fire for them in the second half.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Has a chance? Not that time. Rudy Gobert rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Utah with the possession. Rubio against Chris Paul. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Harden with it up top. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. He gets it.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Here's Rubio up top. His guys down big. To Joe Ingles. Lets it fly from long range. Not going down here.
Make the next one. Make the next one.
Deep two there, won't go.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Deep right corner. Fires the three, buries the three. He's too good to leave that open.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
Rubio to Joe Ingles. Won't go. Paul into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Has a look. Yes! It drops. A little drama on that one.
Look at that. I'm wet like water, nigga. You can't touch me.
Here's Rubio into the front court. Looking to make something happen. And he's fouled. He's gone to the line for two.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Joe Ingles has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 76% from the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Those 2... To Gobert. And draws the foul.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Rudy Gobert, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Whistle sounds. We have a tie-up. Jump ball. After the tie-up, they'll throw it up and see who gets the possession. Five to shoot for Utah. Off the mark. What on earth was he thinking?
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit it.
Great dish to set it up. And the slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Fires the three, and he knocks it down.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Mama. I'm wet like water, nigga.
To Gobert. No good. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. To Gobert. Oh, nice find for the basket.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
It's in the hands of Harden.
Hey, locked up, locked up.
Just not going down. Trying to cash in. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Jazz with 4 on the shot clock. For 3. Not done yet. Knocked loose. That one out of bounds off a Rocket. Five to shoot for Utah. Shot won't go.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Now a drive, but the shot won't fall. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. To Harden. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Straight on 3. At the buzzer, it's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets were simply amazing in this contest. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets. The Jazz lost this game long before the final buzzer. My advice for these guys is not to watch any TV tonight, because it's not going to help them forget about this game. Everyone is going to be talking about this one. Here are the guys who put up the most points. For the Utah Jazz,
Game stats. Player of the game.
when you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Utah Jazz. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.
My crowd in rotation, yeah. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Wait, are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? I live on 10. Wait, are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Hold up. The place up, 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 the place up.
Down, go to the down. I see the cars on the down. I keep the on me, I leave you puzzle. Bang, I'm left that card on my knee, long arms on hair on her. That cavity, and I'm her that salary. Saudi, are you on 10? Need some sort of you looking from somebody. Need being gone.
Somebody pop all day, hold up. Somebody on their way, hold up. I would've grown all day, hold up. Somebody can't relate, hold up. Stay down with no faking. Go up, top down, I've been racing. Go up, wild, I'm in dangerous. Go up, my crowd in rotation, yeah. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Wait, are you on 10 yet? Are you on
Maxo, bust down, Maxo, bust down, seal up, break it down, bust it down, open up, seal up, then up. This a buzz down. Got it in the whole name, the buzz. We don't even here, we just buzz down. Got my on the roof, don't make them buzz down. It's a buzz down, run through the grass like a touchdown. Play with it, no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down, seal up, buzz down, break it down, buzz down, 30, 50, 100, I'm down. Stay 10 toes, I'm down. 10 toes. Jenny Craig with them. Diamond dance like Chris Brown. Lick my water, don't drown. Neck whip like baptized. MJ with the 4-5. Fade away. No buns. Hey, what? Never like a mummy. Fake to a dummy. Got a lot of young dummies. Go roll rap with the tummy. By the apartment. I moved in abundance. Buzz on the I split the like circumference. Then up. This a buzz down. Got it in the old name. The buzz. We ain't even here. We just buzz down. Got my on the roof. Don't make them buzz down. This a buzz down. Run through the grass like a touchdown. Play with it, no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down. Buzz down. Buzz down. Buzz down. Buzz down. 30, 50, 100. I'm down. I keep high up. Yeah. It's my decorator. Joysticks like PlayStation. Like station. Can't keep my waiting. My impatient. Whoa. We mix in the base, in the den, in the kitchen. Post 3 times 10. Hurricane chopper, a baby. Got weed like Sinead. Throwing them like Luda. I'm older like a. I pass it like a. Excuse me. My feet down here. Cold with it like Martin. Break it down. Pick it up. Put it up. Bring it back. Then up. This a buzz down. Got it in the old name. The buzz. We don't even here. We just buzz down. Got my on the roof. Don't make them buzz down. This a buzz down. Run through the grass like a touchdown. Play with it, no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down. Buzz down. Buzz down. Buzz down. Buzz down. 30, 50, 100. Down.
I be ballin' right there where the Knicks play